PlayStation 5 and Xbox will feature backwards compatibility, say developer. Of course, Xbox confirmed there will be backwards compatibility, but a full generation of gaming has been relying on amazing new games while also having a steady demand of enjoying old experiences, as several players still find comfort with them. Microsoft has been taking advantage of this with a huge backwards compatibility program on Xbox One, while Sony has offered the opposite move, merely opting a few PS3 games as part of its streaming service. With the next generation, we will of course see a bit of change. The person who Mark Andrew Jutors, who worked with such companies as Activision and Ubisoft, is currently teams of Cradle Games on a forthcoming role-playing adventure called Hellpoint. Recently spoke to Gaming Bolt about the backwards compatible possibilities and new systems. They believe it's a vital feature. But maybe the disk drive is not a vital feature, and will likely ruin both consoles if they do that. The reason why? It's because people will complain. Console gamers are the only people who still buy, unless it's a cartridge charge like a Nintendo Switch, and they both want to rip off the Nintendo Switch, which is very possible. PlayStation will do it. Xbox 360 already had backwards compatibility with the original Xbox. They had to prove every game title by title, because the reason why they have to include this drive is people own all 360 games on retail. If you want to play those games again on Xbox 2, we're on this good call. They should allow you to play a 360 game this without having to download it from the Xbox store and buy it from the Xbox store. That sounds kind of stupid. Yeah, I do. I think it was weird, but I would prefer to have an emulator on all the games that console has. Maybe it's 4 bucks instead of having 50 games in my library and I can only play 4 of them because others have not been approved yet. While most companies have introduced new experiences, users believe that familiar and access to hit games right off the bat of a new platform make a difference. I don't think the Switch, though like it with the Switch, that was not backwards compatible. But when it came to the Wii U, every game on the Wii worked. That would be a way to do it, he continues. Well, let's say you come up with a new console and your user base is at 0. Now, all games that have console is also 0, so you need developers to make games. And you need people to buy a console, so taking in a kind of issue. Will developers dump on the background and make games by a console, or people buy the console, which makes developers want to make games? So it's always big sounds when you reach a new console, because you end up not knowing if you have enough games to sell a console, or if enough consoles to sell a game. What Sony could do is turn around and figure of backwards compatibility, Juicer said. What I want for PS5 is Sony made some awesome exclusives. I mean, I bought PS4 because Bloodborne was on the console, but the wholesale that one exclusive, and I think Microsoft has faltered in that area. Exclusives don't really sell games if you really think about it. Yeah, so people are buying PlayStation 4s for the Spider-Man game or the God of War games, but people would want to put like the Call of Duties and the Halo and those other games like Overwatch and stuff. That's why the Wii U failed. Because if people really bought game consoles for exclusives, the Wii U was sold like 30 to 40 million copies. It will not be selling like 10 to 12 to 14 million copies. Okay. Consoles cannot thus rely on exclusives. The Switch, not the Switch. The Wii U proved that. To tell me what's on release on a console, you can play all the old games. If you have a user base that is likely to jump on board because of the Xbox One, new Xbox comes out, I play all my Xbox 360 and Xbox One games and the Xbox games, I'm likely to buy the new Xbox than the other console. The real question is, if companies step up and do it, Microsoft seems very strong possibility, especially with the new way backwards compatibility program is going. Sony could certainly one from PS5 and making PS4 games backwards compatible better than they have before. We'll see what happens in the year ahead by both consoles that are likely to be introduced in that time frame. Backwards compatibility should be introduced in all consoles, except for consoles that have nothing to do with each other like the Switch and the Wii U. The reason why the Switch has no backwards compatibility, even with the DS, is because the cartridges are different than the DS, and the games are designed differently than the DS and the Wii U. It's hard to make a console backwards compatibility if it's a cartridge versus a disc. You can't do that. So, Basically, that's what it is. Basically, make sure you like, subscribe, and hopefully backwards compatibility will be coming to PlayStation, or else there'll be a lot of angry people.